we're finished with our second round of questions. And now we'll go ahead with our third or fourth guest of our morning, and that's Miss Gina. Miss Gina, how are you?
Hello, good morning. Hi. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Miss Marianne and all of you guys who invited us to be here today. Thanks.
No, not at all, Miss. Thank you for being here. And would you mind telling us, when did you graduate from our school?
Yes, I graduated in 2015.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
where are you working now at?
Currently I'm working at the University of La Serena and Universidad Católica del
Mm.
Norte.
So, Miss, thanks for being here, and we'll listen to you. Thanks.
Thank you. Do you have my presentation? Sorry.
Yes, give me one moment.
Sure, take your time, no worries. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Jimena. Okay, so let's start with this. I don't know if all of you can see my screen. I mean this Jimena's screen. I hope you do. Well, studying abroad. What can we say about studying abroad? When I was thinking about this experience that I had, I came out with this idea: let the experience transform your ways. Okay. Once you have the opportunity to travel and study abroad, you really change your mind in different ways. And I hope that this short presentation may help you to understand that. Jimena, can you help me? Thank you. So I will just tell you this: dare to travel, dare to study abroad, dare to put all of your effort in order to achieve your goals, even if you fail, and even if you fail more than once. I'm going to tell you why in just some minutes. Yes? Jimena, thank you. Also, you have to be prepared for the unexpected. When you're applying for this scholarship, of course that you're applying because you really want to get the scholarship, but there may be some problems in the process, so you have to be prepared for everything. Yes? Continue, please. Thank you. And what's more important, if you get this chance, please embrace the opportunity and open your mind, because it's an amazing experience. I can tell you that you also have to push yourself a little bit, because as my colleagues said, you need to have certain abilities when you get there, and you need to have worked on that in advance. Okay. Well, basically that. I can tell you that I first applied for the same scholarship as my other colleagues did, this English Open Doors program, students abroad, or one semester abroad, sorry. And I was really expecting to have it, right? Because I said, okay, I have everything that I need, so I should have it. And you know what? I didn't get it the first time. But it wasn't because I didn't meet the needs or I didn't fulfill the requirements. It was because I made a mistake in a signature in one of the papers that I had to send, in one of the documents. And it was so frustrating because I was out of the process immediately because of that, right? Then I said, okay, I still have 2 more chances, so I'm gonna apply again next semester. So I did, right? And this time, really, believe me, I checked every paper, every document that I had to send. And guess what? Once again, I didn't have it. Because now I had some issues with a date. So I was so frustrated, sorry, because the situation was frustrating. And I was kind of devastating. And I actually decided not to apply once more. It was too hard. And actually, I decided to quit trying. I was doing my practicum in 2015, right? And a friend of mine, a classmate back then, told me, you know what? I'm going to apply to Finland. And she said, and I said, why Finland? I mean, first of all, they are not an English speaking country. And it's too cold. I mean, it's next to Russia. Why? Why should I go there? And she said, but just try, right? Because at the beginning, the first two times that I applied for the University of Queensland in Australia. And I said, you know what? Okay, this is my third shot, the last time that I have, the last opportunity that I have to apply. Okay, let's do it. But I didn't have any hopes in this. You know, I didn't have any expectations. Actually, I had some job offers for the second semester that year, and I was thinking about taking it. And I remember that in June that year, she called me. By the way, she's Camila Araya, a very good friend of mine. I mean, she was a very good friend during that time because we went to Finland together, right? And I'm really thankful for what she did because she encouraged me to apply again. And she called me and said, I'm calling because I need to congratulate you. And I said, why? I was checking tests. I was doing my thing. I wasn't thinking about the scholarship anymore. And she said, you know what? We're going to Finland. And I said, what? Yeah, she said, please check the internet, the page of Minedo page, because we are there. We're in. We're going abroad. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing because I didn't have any hopes. And finally, yeah, the day came and I could go abroad to study abroad. Can you continue, please, Jimena? Thank you. Here you have just some things that you need, okay, because I know that many of you wanted to know more or less about some of the requirements, okay, so I have included some of those here. For example, if you want to go and to apply for this scholarship, the one semester abroad scholarship, you need to do the TOEFL IBT exam, IELTS, or TOEFL ITP, okay, and here you have the scores that you need in order to apply for that. I really recommend that if you're going to give these tests, you need to be prepared for that because they are really demanding, right? Next, please. Thank you, Jimena. Now, what do you need? You need time, you need organization, and you need proactivity. It's good if you prepare the documents in advance, okay? If you know, for example, that the applications are going to start in May, for example, start to prepare yourself and to prepare your documents in March, because it's easier than sometimes also you need to wait for certain certificates, you need the letter of consent from the university that you want to apply, right? And it takes time, you need some signatures. Sometimes you will have to queue a lot waiting for the people you need to contact. You have some interviews as well, so it's good if you start to prepare in advance. Then, once you get the acceptance letter, okay, first of all, you need to ask for it. So you need to contact the director of the department you are going to apply or the person in charge of international affairs. And you need at least 2 months in advance to do that, okay? It's just a recommendation, but really do it because then maybe the time to apply for the national requirements, it's not going to be enough if you don't have this acceptance letter before. Okay, that's it. Thank you. And then which university should you go to? I think that this is also very important. As Ms. Ruth said, please first check all of the chances that you have and check all of the different programs you're interested in, because that's very important. As you can see here, it has a high percentage in these requirements. So they are asking for quality, right? The history of the program, and etc. So it's good if you find a university that has kind of like the same program as you have now. Okay, so you need to match the programs a little bit. So you need to search for that. Yes, Jimena? Okay, why Finland? I don't know if you remember that I said, okay, they don't speak English. I mean, they do, right? But it's like the third official language, because first they speak Finnish, then they speak I don't remember the other one, and well, the third one is English. But as you may know, Finland has an excellent education system, so that's why I wanted to go there, right? Thank you, please. Let's continue. Okay, and I applied to the Jyväskylä and Yliopisto, or University of Jyväskylä, right? That's it's not one of the big cities. However, it's a very important city. And at the same time, I applied to this university because it started with the educational department. They were pioneers in education, in teachers training. So that's why I wanted to go there. Yes, continue, please. And as many, I don't know if Madeline was in a family, if you stayed with a family. I know that Camila stayed on her own, and I did the same, right? I lived in the students' village. Here, I have a very small map. Here you have Romanientie, which is the village I was living in, yeah. And then, as you can see, the university or the campus was there, close to a very big lake, yes. No, that's another one. It's the one with a torch, yeah, that one. And I was really happy because even though it looks really close, it wasn't. I had to walk like 50 minutes to go there. Or if you were biking, it was something like 30, 35 minutes. But it was awesome because you were doing this through the woods, right? And in winter, it was even more beautiful. So I was really happy. And I had many important places close to the place I was living in. For example, I had a lake in my backyard, which was awesome. And yeah, and I also had some, the supermarkets were really close, as you can see. So everything was there and it was beautiful. It was full of different landscapes and it was great, especially in autumn and winter. Yes, let's continue, please. Thank you. Also, something that I think that it's very important, and I agree with my classmates, it's that, I'm sorry, with my colleagues, once my classmates, is that you need to be really responsible. For example, in my village, you had parties 24/7. It was a village full of people from all over the world. So you could go there and party every day if you wanted. But of course that you need to be careful and you need to organize your time. You can go to different parties, but at the same time, you need to focus on your studies. I think that's the most important. Okay, let's continue. So why was this a life-changing experience? First of all, I learned about independence. Until then, 2015, I had lived with my parents my whole life. So I didn't know about cooking or doing the laundry or I don't know, kind of like administrating my own money, but I had to learn how to do this, right, in a short period of time. And as I always say, a huge opportunity comes with a huge responsibility as well. And you have to be mature enough in order to take it. And if you're not mature enough, you will have to learn how to be that. Right? Yes. Let's continue. Also, another element that is very important when you go abroad is to have study habits and discipline. Okay, as you heard, Camila and Madeline, they also said something very similar to what I'm saying to you now, right? And you need to have certain study habits. You need to know about studying techniques and learning techniques. You need to try to get the best of it and you need to prepare that in advance as well, because the levels of study there abroad, I mean, they're really, really demanding, and you need to be at the same level as your classmates. Okay, yes, continue. Let's continue, please. And you also have to be open-minded, okay? The school I was in, or the university I was in, had this program where they received people from all over the world. So I had classmates from China, Spain, Italy, Canada, Tanzania, Germany, Austria, Turkey, you name it, right? I lived in the fourth floor of a building in this village, in the students' village. And I remember that I loved going up the stairs because every floor was different. You know, the first floor, you could listen to music from China and you could smell food from Turkey, for example. The second floor, you could listen to the language, I don't know, the German language, and you could smell food from China and that kind of things. It was awesome, right? This cultural exchange gives you another perspective of your own country and of the world. And I think that you should embrace that. I also encourage you that if you decide to go abroad, you need to be polite, observe, listen to the people, ask questions as well, get to know the people. And if you're traveling to other countries, have in mind that you will see different behavior, different manners, and you have to respect that, okay? And because it's this process of cultural exchange, basically. Let's continue, please. Thank you. Another thing that I remember that I had to cope with in this case was homesickness. The first month or the first month and a half, everything is great because everything is new. You have new classmates, you have a new home, you live in a new town, you're getting to know the place, you're getting to know this new routine, the people, etc. But after that, sometimes not all of the students abroad feel this, but at least I felt it. And after that, you start feeling kind of like you kind of like want to call home three times a day just to see how they are doing. You miss your pet, okay? You even miss avocado sandwich. I missed it a lot because avocados out there, especially in Finland, they are really, really expensive, so they are a luxury. And yeah, it was kind of like difficult for a month or so, but I really recommend you to do a lot of exercise, to be very active, to organize your time, to include or attend to extracurricular activities. That's good because you meet new people and you're busy doing stuff, doing things. And usually you will have this support group, okay? Maybe people from your own country or people from another country, you're going to get really close with these new friends and you're going to support each other. I think that's also another thing that you will learn if you decide to take the chance to go abroad, okay? Can you continue, please, Jimena? Thank you. When it comes to homesickness as well, in Finland, especially in autumn and winter, you only have 6 hours of daylight, right? So the rest of the time, as you can see, this is 2:43 p.m. and it's already dark. It affects your mood a lot. I remember that I had to start taking vitamin D. So having this support team is really, really important. At least it was really important for me. Yes, let's continue, Jimena, thank you. And I was blessed because there in Jyväskylä, we were 14 Chileans that year. So we were a really close group. I remember that we got together, we cooked, we traveled also to different cities together, and it was great because they were there living in the village. So if I felt a little bit down, I could go and visit them and feel like I was home again. Okay, but that's only one period of being abroad, and then you're going to feel good again, and you're going to have a lot of energy to go to the lessons and to study and to travel and etc. Why is this also a life-changing experience? Because you change the appreciation that you have about your country, right? Um, what can I say about this? When you are abroad, you learn to appreciate Chile in a different way. You identify the pros and cons of your culture, of the educational system, for example. But it's important to do this exercise. And what helps you the most is to understand that you have this amazing opportunity and that you have this great responsibility as well to get some tools and to apply those tools into your future job as a teacher. And I think that there is a commitment that you need to have with yourself and with your future students. If you had that opportunity, then you have to help others to get the same opportunity or a better opportunity, right? And that's a commitment that you should have with your career. Yes. And finally, Jimena, thank you. You will learn about self-confidence, okay? Maybe you think that you're prepared for everything, but once that you're abroad on your own, it's when you will really know what is to encourage yourself, because there is nobody else that will do it for you. And you will encourage yourself to take the chance of traveling abroad alone, right? And trying new things. I think that's the most important experience that you will have, right? And finally, I can only just tell you that you have to treasure every experience that you will have during this process of studying and being abroad. You will get new perspectives. Sometimes you may even become a wanderlust, okay? That's what Madeline said, and I think it's true. You become addicted to traveling, and definitely you will become a more patient, understanding, and empathetic human being. Yeah, and there you have some pictures of the places I was in. Thank you. That was it. Sorry if I was a little bit fast, but I was afraid that the time wasn't enough. If you have any questions, I'm here. Thank you.
Nice. Please write down your questions in the chat or hold them in your thought so you can ask them to the Miss later after our last guest.